Hey y'all. So, have you ever heard that some things can't be unheard, right? I'm going to take you on a journey. So, when I was younger, my twin did a play called Pandora's Box. Initially in mythology, Pandora didn't have a box, she had a jar. But over time, it evolved into a box. So, in the play, they were like, Pandora, Pandora, the curious one. We've been searching for you from sun to sun. Who is Pandora? Pandora was this woman, initially the first woman, with all the gifts. She was handed this jar. In said jar, her only instruction was, don't open the jar. Just like with the story of Adam and Eve. With all these gifts, with all this land, all this beauty, the only thing asked of you is that you don't bite the apple. See the correlation there? Some things, once said, once heard, can't be unsaid, can't be undone. Okay, you're wondering, Markette, where are you going with this? Don't worry, I got you. So with Pandora's box, with Eve being tempted to bite the apple, with conversations dealing with human nature relationships, once something is heard, it can't be unheard. Once something is said, it can't be unsaid. A question is never just a question. An interaction is never just an interaction. When we live in the present, we're giving energy to the present. But when we live in the past, we're giving energy to the past. Whenever you ask someone a question, you're not really just asking that question. On the surface, it comes off as, I'm asking this question. But you have to think about how are memories triggered. Memories are typically activated when a feeling is felt. So when you are asking someone a question, you're also making them feel the feeling attached to the memory. So when a person chooses to lean into whatever you asked of them, they are also rehashing the memory of their experience. That's why I don't answer and I don't ask about a person's past. That is none of my business. I don't care. I don't ask and I don't answer. Try not to answer questions about my past. Not because I feel like I have anything to hide, but because once something is asked, once something is thought about, now you're opening doors of comparison. Do you really want to be compared to a past? You may or may not want to. But here's the thing about Pandora's box once it's opened. Everything was let out of it. You know the one thing that remained in it? Hope. Because when there's hope, there's always a chance for better. No matter what's asked of you, no matter what you've experienced, no matter what you've overcame, as long as there's hope, that's all you need. So when I reflect on things like this, I am always hopeful that there's always going to be better for me in relationships, in friendships, in the way I view and see myself in the world. I've given up on expectations. Expectations are the quickest way to disappointment. But I also have learned that you have to live in the moment. Tomorrow's not promised to anyone. If you truly want someone to like you for you, give them the version of you that you want them to experience. It's better to not linger in the past, because the version of you that the past person got of you and the version of you that you're willing to give to someone else will never be the same. Even if you choose to revisit old dynamics with new people, they'll never get the same version of you twice. There will always be the version you were before your interactions with them, the version you were after your interaction with them, the version of you that you become after that interaction. Why is that? Fun fact. Once two people or two things have a chemical reaction, they were both forever changed. So when you really think about why it is dangerous to open Pandora's box, is because once you open up certain questions, certain actions, certain beliefs, certain things that you know aren't your business, out of curiosity, now you forever change the way that person may view you. Now you could forever change the way, that trajectory of your new path, your new timeline, your new way of seeing the world. I've learned, for me, today is my new day. Every day is my new day. I don't live in the past. I don't ask past-driven questions. I am constantly improving. I'm constantly moving forward in life. It's none of my business. I don't care. Hey, sarah, sarah. You have to learn to know that in order to become the version of you desire, you can't live in the past. Energy goes where you focus it. If you're constantly thinking about the past, thinking about what hurt you, who hurt you, what happened in your past, you will never be able to have your future. You have to think about how your life is improving. So to lean into these conversations of what you were, how your relationship was, what you wanted to be and you weren't. Now you're living in the energy, the feeling of disappointment. When you focus on what you are, what you're becoming, what you have, what you are going to be, now you're focusing on the energy of what you are becoming. Here's the thing. We only have so much energy. You have to choose. Am I going to live in the energy of what I desire and take steps to move towards what I actually desire and hope for? Or am I going to live in the past and give all my energy to things that didn't serve my highest good? Can't have it both ways. So, we're going to wrap this up. When you go back into Pandora's box next time, ask yourself, am I in this curiosity because I actually care? Or is it something else that I need to look inside myself to figure out? Honestly, I'm not going to allow anyone to put me into Pandora's box. You're not going to make me open up pathways, memories, or things that aren't going to make my life better. The best thing for anyone will be to focus on what they actually desire. What would make their life feel better, not worse. When you really give your focus on improving, you will no longer care about what disappointed you. A lot of people think that the past can, like, oh, I'm over it because I don't like this person. No, 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 no. You're only truly over a person, a situation, a thing when you are indifferent. Because when you are having said feelings, you are still giving energy. So why not give your energy to what can improve your life versus what can make your life a shoulda, coulda, woulda, had a boost. Okay? All right. Later, y'all.